camera. Are you at least going to pick a filter?
The blue one.
There is no blue one. Is a cute anime one.
Oh.
What about a cat face? No. There is a blue one. Okay, so Max picked the blue one. And he has just abandoned us. How dare he? Ooh. No. I'm actually waiting for a few more people to come up. Hang on. So while I'm drinking my apple juice, we can... Wait, happy Sunday. It is Sunday, right? Oh, apple juice is that. Okay. So, happy Sunday. It's been a fun weekend. I have not felt well. This is the most appropriate I have looked all weekend. So I'm kind of proud of myself. And where else was I going with this? Oh, okay. So happy Sunday. Welcome to episode 5, 6, I don't know, of Reading with Me. A fun way to start your week refreshed, rejuvenated, and relaxed. By now we kind of sort of know the drill. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say. Last week we read 𝚁𝚎𝚊𝚝 by 𝚁𝚎𝚊𝚝, and Bill was in the chat with us, so I decided, hey, I'm gonna read Bill's book this weekend, this Sunday. It's the first book in his series. It's Misfortunism. He's got 2 books out now. I think the other one is 𝚁𝚎𝚊𝚝. I'll put a link to it when I'm done here. But yes, so we are going to be reading the first chapter of Misfortunism by Bill Masuku, and let's just get into it because I am tired and I'm very excited to read this for you. So here we go. The empty streets singing mute choruses of nothing. Witching hour chimes in on a town once called Graham. The town is an orchid of Okay, I feel like I need to preface this, that I have been not feeling well this weekend. So I'm more dyslexic than normal. Spelling, speaking, everything is just not working with me today. I feel terrible. So I think I might split this into 2 parts, and I will read as far as I can. Yeah, let's just get into it. The empty streets singing mute choruses of nothing. Witching hour chimes in on a town once called Graham. The town is an orchid of churches flourishing in a world falling short of faith. Brilliant sentence. I love that sentence so much. It's so powerful. sorry, I'm like in awe. The town is an orchid of churches, flourishing in a world falling short of faith. It's such a good sentence. One such cathedral took root in the soil and would soon be named after a man who lived there. It stands at the heart of the town with its oaken furnishing and stone bark. Its old walls wince as if in prayer, for within its innards something sinister was stirring at the natural laws of the universe. It's very weird reading with headphones in. Hi. Max has come back. Was stirring the natural laws of the universe. A dark figure lays in marinated agony on the church floor. He is waning and waxing between life and death as multiple fractures and stab wounds buried in his body like barbed hooks feverishly reel him into the rivers of the afterlife. Again, brilliant descriptive sentence. And someone reels him back. Another figure crouches next to him, patting him on the cheek. Hey man, we're not even halfway done. Can't have you passing out on me before I get what I need. Through bloodied spittle and a drowning cough, the dying man desperately coughs out, Who are you? Why are you doing this? The crouching man rests his hand on his well-bearded chin and furrows his eyebrows. A few strands of hair fall through the coin-sized hole in his palm, where there obviously needs to be tendons and bones for the fingers to function, yet there are none. His forehead wrinkles in irritation. His deep mulled voice interrupted the erratic coughing filling the church's belly. Those are silly questions, but we still have some hours together, so I suppose I will indulge you for a moment. Can I have one, please? I want one. Thank you. Look. Isn't it cute? It's like a little star. Thank you. Sorry. So I suppose I will indulge you for the moment. The man stands in a smooth arching motion, revealing his tall, lean frame. He radiated a chilling dominance. He stretches, his hand lining it up to the center of the ceiling. His figure, in the shadow of the night, is clothed in inky black drapes. His hand wraps around an unseen orb. His fingers lock so tightly around the pocket of air he trembles. His arm bends with labored weight as he anchors down something truly out of this world. In tandem with his efforts, curtains of brilliant light begin to lower from the tips of the stained glass windows, sinking deeper over the textured chapel. The shifted stage light illuminates the man. The moon has now been pulled from its place in the night sky on his whim. With his arm bent at the elbow and his fist raised, the moonlight glow shimmers off his white suit like an angelic aura. The pure snow-like threads of his attire almost hum with a frigid intensity. I am Holey, he pauses, with an E. The dying man on the floor forgets his pain for the moment as he fumbles to grasp the magnitude of what Holey is capable of doing. Pain is swept away by an arctic current of fear washing over him, as the answer to his second question might truly be something unearthly. The final moments of his life he realizes that he might have met the devil, who is literally dressed to kill. Holey crouches once more. Now only a wedge of light frames his face. His dark skin catches the light on the jackknife of his cheekbones. His only visible pupil contracts to speak with a trembling intensity that hones in on the other man. He opens his mouth, now hidden in the obsidian shadows, to answer the final question. Why, you ask? I'm trying to reach heaven. The mind is where heaven and earth meet, he continues, raising a hand out of the shadow to tap his temple. All concepts, innovations, divinations start right here. God, time travel, supernatural abilities, new inventions, poetry, relationships, and emotions maintain a suggestible existence. The greatest scientific minds call this quantum existence, but there are others, Holey observed, that would call it magic. Bless you. He let that sit in the air. However, for reasons I'm still discovering myself, even now, the only way to manipulate the natural forces of the world with willpower requires two conditions. One is to undergo some intense suffering as a price you must pay in advance, he remarked. The second, he caught himself mid-sentence. Irrelevant to what you asked. The suffering is what is fundamentally important, be it psychological, emotional, or best of all, physical. The persistent reaction to pain changes the way your mind operates little by little by little. Sliding his fingers slowly down the contours of his skull over his forehead, he holds his hand in front of his face and stares through the impossible coin-sized hole in his other palm. Holey lectures on. These two conditions let people like me do all sorts of things. Our misery is made into magic. We call each other misfortunists. Now here's where you and I come in. Holey lovingly extends out his hand back into the darkness and caresses the laying man's cheek. He hesitates, not having been this honest in some time. You see, there's a threshold to the pain that someone can take before they break, physically or otherwise. I need to pay higher prices in order to reach new heights, to be strong enough to pry heaven's doors open, a price I cannot pay. Holey's hand hardens from cupping the man's face into a titanium strength vice grip. Sorry, I'm just thinking now. Like I said, my brain is slow, so don't come for me. Is he called Holey because of the hole in his hand? Bill, is he called Holey because of the hole in his hand? I read this already, and I really enjoyed this book. It was such an exciting and quick read, and I love the way that Bill writes his magic system. But I am dumb, okay? Or I'm dumb sometimes. Is he called Holey because of the hole in his hand? Okay, I digress. Clamping an all-new strain of pain into his face as the man's flattened neck struggles against the blood filling his mouth. I discovered in my youth that I was very empathetic. I could not see someone crying and not feel my mind resonate with them and struggle not to cry myself. It's an awful thing to understand people against my will. Same. I wouldn't say I'm empathetic. I would say I'm just cold. But since then, I have learned that I have others to pay the price for me. Holey pursed his lips together, watching his sacrifice be invited into death's embrace. This is my haunting, he concluded. Holey let a heavy sigh escape his lungs. The physical pain and the despair he shared were welling in his chest. They scatter in waves of pins and needle-like sensations along his muscles, scurrying into the nooks and crannies of his nervous system and fleeing to the higher ground of his skull to take root in his mind. The reserves of his heinous power overflowed, enough to perform miracles. Holey closed his eyes and reached into the terrain of his own mind for the blueprints, to bring back the soul from the beyond. He let out a second sigh, this one more deliberate and pronounced. The pressure from the sigh invaded the air of the church, making its aged walls wince one more. Very good description again. The laws of nature regurgitated on his sinister wish. Holey's partly moonlit figure, still crouching next to the would-be corpse, reached out his hand, patting him on his cheek. Come on, we're only halfway done. So like I said, I really enjoyed this book. I'll read the back for you a little bit. This is the gift of bending reality to one's wishes for the low price. Oh, hang on, let me try that again. This is the gift of bending reality to one's wishes for the low price of one's suffering. Welcome to the life of an all-new misfortunist as William, a young university student, grapples between what is real and what his failing mental health incarnate in a town called Graham. So, from what I can remember, and again, I have terrible memory, and like I said, my brain is not working today. It's a book about magic, and their magic is powered by their suffering, hence they are called misfortunists. So their emotional, physical, and mental suffering shifts their reality, and it allows them to manipulate reality and manipulate their magic to bend to their own will. And like I said, there are three books in the series, I think. And the second one is I haven't read it yet. I am saving because I want the book, not the ebook. So I want to add it to this collection. And yes, that is all I have for you today. A nice, quick, simple read from one of my favorite creatives, Billy Bob Masuku. And that's all I have for you today. So I have got a special announcement. Magic, Monsters and Myths is coming back, and luckily for me, I don't know if luckily is the right word, it's on Friday the 13th, so it's lucky either way. So thank you very much for reading with me. I'm sorry it's so short and sweet. Regardless, I hope you have a fantastic week. I hope you are healthy. I hope you stay safe. And I just hope you have a magical, wonderful rest of your week. Okay, that's all I have to say. Bye. Thank you.